Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
May I know the training introductions somebody can give? How many are there? Who are the participants and all those things?
Sir, some of the participants are professor and some on the higher post. So they are taking the training.
Okay.
Yeah, in their field. Yes, sir.
Shall I share my slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Okay. Okay.
So we are now moving towards the next technical talk, which is on processing value addition of minus forest in areca nut. For this, I would like to invite Dr. Ravi Bhatt, Principal Scientist and Acting Head, Department of Crop Production in Kasargod, Kerala. Uh, I welcome you, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation. The session is over to you, sir. Thank you.
Is my slide visible?
Yes, sir. Can you move?
It's audio. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir. Can you move your slides?
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity given. I am Dr. Ravi Bhatt, working at Central Classical Research Institute, Kasaragod. The welcome all of you for this session, which is processing and validation of minor forest produce areca nut. To give brief background of areca nut, in fact, the training is on minor forest products. It also areca nut is also added as a crop, but in reality, I don't think it can be classified as a forest minor crop. As you understand in the coming slides, what is areca nut, how it's grown, where it is being grown, what's the extent of area, you'll understand why I told like this. To come back to the introduction part, it is areca nut is actually a palm. The nut of this palm is useful as a chewing purpose. Basically, it's used for a chewing purpose, masticatory in India and West Asia. Cultivation is seen all along the equator, you can tell. South and north of equator, 28 degrees. You can tell it's a tropical crop. It grows well within the temperature range of 14 and 36 degrees centigrade. If the temperature is more than 40 and less than 10, the crops will not perform well. Of course, you will get the physical growth of the crop, but the product, the economic product, nut will not be of proper quality, or there is a problem of pollination also in certain cases. So it's always better to grow this crop in its suitable area, and they can be grown up to 1000 meter mean sea level. Above that, the crop will not perform better in the way that the pollination will be affected, and will not get good yield from this crop, even though we get the physical growth of the crop. So what you have to see is, to grow this crop, first you decide upon the your system. You just find out whether the climate is suitable for areca nut or not, and also the soil is suitable for or not, because soil is most important for this crop, because it takes all the nutrients from the soil. It needs good aeration also. It does not tolerate water stagnation. So unless until you make sure that the conditions are congenial for growing areca nut, better not to go in for the cultivation of this crop. This is the production trend in last 15 years. I have not taken much earlier data. If you see the last 15 years, there is a 116.2% increase in the production. It's a huge increase. 84% increase in the area. If you take all India basis, and if you see in Karnataka, the almost 3 times increase in area is there in last 15 years. almost 4 to 5 times increase in the production. So, because of the price failing in the market, farmers are growing this crop everywhere, wherever they have some space. The crop is such that will not have much problem once you plant and leave it. It will start bearing and you can harvest in some areas. But in traditional areas, they have a lot of problems encountered in these years. So the expansion of the area is increasing. In Andhra Pradesh also is started growing areca in a big way. It has gone to many states like Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and all those areas, only because of the price factor. So if you see the trend of production area, it's increasing year by year, and we don't know where it will reach. Now, the basic purpose of growing this crop is only for nuts. This is economical product is nut only. It's called betel nut also, and the major use is only chewing. So people are growing this crop and process it. Its processing also is not. It's also different types of processing are there. Again, the quality depends on processing type they use and demand, whatever they have the demand, like that their processing will be done. To get a final product, good product, you should process properly. And of course, based on demands, you have to change your processing pattern type. Again, this processing varies from region to region, as I told. For example, if you go to coastal areas, there the processing is very simple. Just harvest after maturity of the nuts and just sun dry it. Whereas in interior parts of Karnataka and some parts of Kerala, what they do is they harvest the immature nuts and peel it and then boil in water and dry it. It's called immature processing. So likewise, we have different types of processing in different regions, which depend on the demand again and the climatic conditions. For example, if you start processing, harvesting immature nuts in coastal belts, the quality will not be good. Similarly, the dry kernels, we call it chali. If you do it in the interior parts of Karnataka, the quality will not be that good as it is coming in coastal belt. Thus, the climatic conditions, the soil type also somewhere it plays a small role, and the demand for the areca nut also decides upon how you are processing the product. As I mentioned, there are 3 types of processing. Ripe nuts, that is, they harvest the ripe nuts and store them as it is under the soil or in running water. This is normally, it was being done in Assam and Kerala. Even today, some people are doing such processing. Whenever they want to eat, they will just take out from the soil or water and eat it. The disadvantage is that it will give some bad odor, because when the skin, the husk, when it is kept in under soil or water, it starts fermenting. It will give bad odor. So that is the only disadvantage of this method, but otherwise people are just following it for just eating purpose. And parts of Karnataka and Kerala, again, they harvest the mature nuts once they turn to orange or red color, dry under sun for around 40 to 55 days. Once completely dried, they will de-husk it and sell it in the market. It's called dry kernel or chali. And the third type is the tender nut processing. In parts of Karnataka, as I mentioned earlier, it is interior parts of Karnataka. They harvest the areca nut at the age of 6 months maturity. You harvest during that time, separate the nuts and boil in water and dry it under sun and then market it. Normally these again based on the climatic conditions and like coastal belt and interior, the types of processing changes. For all these things, as I mentioned, harvesting is most important, the stage of harvesting. If you delay in harvesting for immature harvest, processing, the quality of the product will be reduced. So for dry kernels, Charlie, I told you, only ripe nuts are harvested. If you harvest before fully ripening, again the quality will not be very good. The skin, the husk will be attached to the nut, difficult to remove, separate it from nuts. That will bring down the quality of the nut. For tender processing, again nuts of maturity, 6 to 7 months maturity is harvested. So at this stage, it will be soft and a fingernail can go into it when it press into it. It's the right stage of harvesting. Again, if you slightly delay the harvesting, again it will become hard and the quality again will go down. So time of harvesting again is very important for getting the good final product. Now we will see in detail about the different types of processing in areca nut. Ripe nuts, that is, we call it as dry kernel or chali at the end of the product. Normally, these Kerala, Assam, West Bengal, and coastal Karnataka are the areas where this is being done. Again, I was mentioning earlier that these ripe nuts, they are put in layers of mud in Kerala and some parts of Assam. They call it as buratamul. And of course, since it was put in the soil, there will be infection of fungus on the husk. Similarly, slightly modified way of processing in Kerala is that they will store this in running water. These nuts, ripe nuts, it's also called, it's a way of preserving the nuts. Again, here also there will be some bacterial attack will be there on the husk. They will give some bad odor also, but that is the way they process and keep it. And whenever they want to eat, they will take it out and eat it. This is one type of processing being followed in parts of Assam and parts of Kerala. The majority of the areas where areca nut is being grown, maybe coastal parts of Karnataka and Kerala and other parts, there the harvesting of the nuts will be done at around 11 to 12 months old nuts once they ripen. Once they harvested, they dry these mature nuts in open sun for about 40 to 45 days. They will dry in a single layer on the ground. The ground may be of soil, or they may have concrete grounds or the stone laid grounds, or they may put on polythene sheets also. But there are some ways to do it. If you use cement floors, all those things, definitely there is a chance of breakage of nuts because of more temperature. Best part is that if you are having a ground, soil over the soil, that is the best, it gives the best quality of nuts. Once the nuts are dried, then they will dehusk it. And again, depending upon the maturity stage, because once you harvest a bunch, all the nuts in a bunch may not be of similar age, or you harvest two bunches, one bunch will be slightly mature or not fully mature, other bunch will be fully mature, like that. When the nuts are not fully mature, maybe 10 months or 10.5 months old nuts, then you will find that the quality of nuts will be decreasing. That is Patora and Coca, they are called inferior quality nuts. The percentage will be more higher if the drying is not proper or harvesting stage is slightly missed. It's always better to dry in a single layer because the moisture will be there, very heavy, more moisture will be there in the nut. It has to dry up. And once in a while, you have to turn these nuts also for proper drying. So in this method, the proper stage of harvesting and also proper way of drying is most important to get better quality of nuts. Again, continuation of that drying of nuts. De-husking is the important aspect in this process because once the nuts are dried, they will be de-husked manually or using machine. Of course, they have different rates are there. If you have 100 kg of husked nut, recovery of dry kernel is around 25% from the ripe nuts. Once you harvest the ripe nut, you dry it and de-husk it, you get 100 from 100 kg, you get 25 kg of dry kernel. That is the recovery ratio of areca fresh nut and final product. The processing cost also is somewhere around 1,050 to 1,000 rupees per quintal. Again, depends on the area where the labor cost and everything it will change. It's just a normal cost I am giving here, approximate cost only, 750 to 1,000 rupees per quintal. Once you de-husk it, then they will store in bags, gunny bags or polythene lined gunny bags for further storing. Because you need not sell same year. We can store for 1 year and then sell also. It will fetch more price normally. We have different machines also for de-husking developed by many private farmers, private firms, or even we have, or from CPCR also we have our own de-husking machines working well. Output is around 150 kg per hour. In this case, the machine what we have here, if you are harvesting at rice stage and drying properly, we will not get, we will get very less damaged nuts. Only spoiled nuts only will be broken, otherwise you will get a good quality nuts. This will be a very good machine for farmers, wherein nowadays the labor cost is increasing and availability also is very less. So if you go for the de-husking machines, it's very useful. When this dried nuts, if you want to see good quality of nuts, then there are some criteria which makes it a good chali product. The nuts should not have any immature nuts in the process. There should not be any surface cracking, should not be there. Sometimes what will happen, the husk will attach to the nut, they won't leave that easily. They should not be there. It should be very clean, that should be very clean. Should not be any attack of fungus or insect. When you cut it, there should be a good cutting feeling. It should be sharp cutting should be there. So that's one of the important criteria for areca nuts. And again, insect structure also is most important for this, and taste. Again, in the market for selling, there are different grades available for this chali also, dry kernel. They are called as Moti, Sivardhan, Jamnagar, and these are all the grades which are seen in the market. When you go to traders, they will classify it in the different names, and each one will have their own prices. You can just see the photograph here. There are some 6 grades are there. You can just see the size of the nuts also, and some cracks are there in some cases. Mora, Moti, all those things. So a farmer should know all these things to get better price, because If the product you have produced is mix of all these things, definitely you will get less price. When you grade this your product based on these characters, then you will get definitely higher rates for his product. Then coming to the next type of processing, that is center processing. Interior part of Kerala and Karnataka are normally being they are doing this type of tenderness. It's called Kalipak. They call it as Kalipak. The processing consists of de-husking, as I mentioned, harvested to the 6 to 7 months maturity, de-husk it. Sometimes they cut these nuts into small pieces, different pieces, maybe 2 pieces or 3 pieces or many pieces, or directly they will boil it. Boiling these nuts in water, then dry it. So this is the way they process this tender nuts. Here I have shown the order of this processing. First photo shows that you have harvested the tender nut and separating it out. Second photo, you can see that here the de-husking in the garden itself, and there are machines available for de-husking also. Need not we have manual de-husking only. Machines available, very popular machines are available. This also can be used for de-husking. Again, some places they cut into 2 pieces. Some places they won't cut; they will boil as it is. This is a boiler. Here in this, you keep the nuts and boil for 3 to 4 hours. Then dry under sun. This is how the processing goes on. So normal, this is the normal procedure for processing, which normally the farmers follow. In many cases, mechanization has happened. So when there is a big way of, quantity is available. This is the tank where the it is being used for boiling the areca nut, and this is the where they put areca nut. What they do is on this this is actually the mesh, we can tell. On this they put areca nut and dip this in this tank and boil it. Once it is boiling is over, just lift the this unit and then spread it out. And again there are procedures, machines or dryers available for artificial drying also, not only this sun drying. Whenever there is some problem of rain and all those things, they will use for this artificial dryers using electricity or firewoods like that. This also is being used for processing this areca. Again, in standard also we have many types of qualities. Classifications are there. Again, depends on the maturity at which you are harvesting or how you are processing it. Like that, api or unde is there. See here, we don't cut the nuts into pieces. We boil it as it is. And api is a one category or grade which fetches highest price because they harvest very, very immature nuts. You get very less quantity of this product, but get a very good quality, which is very high price. And again, we have it's all the names given in the local languages because the areca nut was being grown in these areas in the high area, so they are given some local names for those things. Chur is nothing but they make several cuttings in that this one. Again, we have different types of cuttings: mukha chur, eda chur, petty chur, all those things. Here we are cutting in a different way, longitudinally or crosswise, or make it to many pieces like that. Again, there is one more type known as podi, wherein the nut is cut in different, 3 to 4 times it is cut in small pieces. But again, farmers will not be able to do all these processes. They can do only the sapi, unde or chew. That is one cut they can give and do it. Remaining things will be done in at the dealer level or traders. They'll do that one. So farmers, they can best harvest nuts, cut in two pieces, or without cutting they can boil and dry under sun, and then take it to market to get a better rate. Again, here also grading is most important. If you fail to grade, you'll get a less price. If you can grade in a better way, as per the demand of the market, you'll get good prices. Here you can see some of the um, categories or grades which are seen in the market. Sarako is the one which fetches highest price because we get very low weight. And again, this Gorabalu, this last one, this you can see that the husk is sticking to the nut. It's not relieving the nut. This is of low quality, and Noli also is of low quality. So our aim should be to get highest percentage of this Sarako or Unde or Bette. So if you get this good quality nuts in a higher quantity, then you'll get a good price. It again depends on your harvesting type, stage of harvesting, and how you're processing it. So most important thing is processing. So always we tell farmers, don't try to sell it as a raw material. Process it, and you can store also. You don't sell the product immediately. Once you store it, you'll get a better rate also in the coming years. Again, in this tender nut, actually, recovery is slightly less compared to the dry charlie. Green too, if you have 100 kg green nuts harvested, it will give you around 17 kg of final product. And here the cost of processing also is slightly higher because of the process methods involved, like de-husking, cutting into pieces, and boiling. Again, there you need a lot of expenditure, like fuel is required, energy is required. So the cost of processing is around 2,500 to 3,000 per quintal. So if the market rate is more than some 5,000 rupees difference for tender nut charlie, then it is profitable. If the rates are not differing, then it's not that profitable. But to get a quality nuts from that area, we have to go in for the recommended or required processing. So again, I was telling you the processing again depends on the demand. But the preference for particular size differs with region. For example, Bombay market needs big size nuts. So they need big size, and but Nagpur, Jamnagar, and Allahabad, they need small size nuts. And if you can grade uniformly, maybe size is uniform, then you get a good price. If there is a mixture of different size of nuts, then naturally the price will go down. So grading is also one of the important aspects in getting better price. Again, the color also will give the quality of the nuts. Nuts having light brown skin color and a clear core with a smooth cut surface, revealing white polysaccharide portions, is actually it's considered superior. If you cut open the areca nut, you can see that there is a white portion in that in the center. If you have more of that one, it's a good nut, you can tell in Charlie. And if the inside is turning gray or yellowing, it's not white, then the quality of nut is gone. It's infected nut. So we not get a better price. So it should be very white. That inside portion of it should be white. The dyed nuts, if it are of a darker color in terms of skin, that also is not a very good quality of the nut. So the nut should be have light brown skin, and the inside should be very white. The polysaccharide portion should be white. If it is turning graying or yellowing, then it is infected nut. The quality will not be good. And in tender nuts, actually, in tender nuts, Dullness, it should be very bright. Discoloration also is not a good sign of a good quality. And again, I told you if the ore mature, then we have that sticking of husk to the nut. It is not good, and the ore dead samples will become brittle. So ore drying also is not a good criteria. The nut should not be brittle; it should be very good for cutting. The calipas or tendernuts are really good if they are crisp to bite. It should not be brittle; it should be crisp. Then only they'll classify it as a good quality of nuts. So, if you really want to have a good quality nuts, then you have to follow these. I mean, understand all these methods or characters. Then only we can have good quality nuts. Then, if you see the biochemical constituents of green nut and ripe nut, because this is one of the important parameters when it comes to the quality, especially in nowadays there is a lot of misnomer with this areca nut, and people are classified as a carcinogenic and all those things. But in reality, it is not like that. So all these characters also will have greater saying in quality of areca nut. So moisture content is slightly higher in green nut compared to the ripe nut. Of course, this is a natural thing. And total water extract also is more in green nut because it is harvested early. And polyphenols content also is high in green nut compared to ripe nuts, and the quantity of polyphenols reduce with maturity. And areca content also actually is less during green nut and it increases with maturity. And again, fat also same thing, increases maturity. Like that, there are certain characters like crude fiber, total small saccharides, crude protein, everything. There are not much differences then between these two nuts. Main difference is in moisture and total water extracts and polyphenols. So these things are most important in these cases. Areca also is one of the important aspects which is labeled as not good in areca nut, and we have some varieties which are having low areca content also. Again, there are many products made from this areca nut, like scented suparis they are making, which is available in the market for direct eating. They are made both from chali and kalipak also. In South India, normally they eat this supari they made of kalipak, that is tender processed nuts. And in North India, they use chali or dry kernel for making this scented suparis. So in South India, they prefer this tender nuts for making supari, and North India chali. And since beginning, what we have seen is the areca nut is being used only for chewing. There was no other use identified for this nut. But in recent years, the awareness is increasing, and we know that value addition is always better to get more price. And there are researches going on all over the, country, many places. In many farmers are doing some work, many organizations are doing some work, and we also have doing some work on this aspect. So we have made some products out of this areca nut, which is having some commercial importance, but the only problem with these products is the price cost. Since the raw material cost is very high, you take this areca nut also, is per kg it's around 300 to 400 kg per kg. And when you convert it these products, it will become much more costlier. So the commercial viability will not be that good. So this is the problem with all the crops where the raw material cost is very high. Even then, because of the fluctuating price in the market, sometimes the price will go down. At least that time you should able to add value to this and get more price. So we made some products out of areca nuts, like mouth fresheners were made. So normally, if you go to the hotels and all those things, or in any functions, you can see that after the food they give these super scented suparis, all those things. They are used as a mouth fresheners. And Mohit variety we have developed, and it's a very good product. Of course, again the question of the cost, since the raw material cost is very high, so again questions will come. And people have made areca based soap also. Um, Again, this some products have come out. In market also is available. So soaps are available nowadays. And we have prepared some candies using the crushed roasted areca and near sugar. So these are some good products. It's available, but commercially we have to take it to further. And again, our scientists have developed some lipsticks and nail polishes from the out of these areca extracts. It was not done earlier, but now that also we have done. So we are testing it for their quality and all those things. So requirement is required. It will be done, and definitely after some time we may come out with some important products. Even though they are costly, they will be useful in the market. And we all know that in traditional, in long age-old times also, areca is grown. It is recorded in many of the Vedas also. It's having a long history. It has a long history of existence. The supari or areca nut is being used for many of the illnesses. In Ayurveda also it's mentioned in all the places wherein it can be used for healing of burn wounds, leg ulcers, skin graft surgery, all those things. The use of these have benefited all these things. And they're also being used in ailments like intestinal worms, stomatitis, nausea, gastritis, dyspepsia, abdominal colon pain, diabetes, and obesity. In fact, one NGO from Shumaga, they made a product of liquid product they have made. It's anti-diabetic medicine, as you can tell. So people have been benefited by using this to reduce or maintain the diabetes level. So even though Ayurveda has all these mentions, the modern medicines are not accepting it. So we need to have some clinical studies for all these things, and things are going on. And it's also used as a word of dosha, swata, pitta, and kapha. And areca nut husk is also capable of curtailing the tobacco-induced cytotoxic and genotoxic effects as well as oxidative stress. Even the husk also is being used for medicinal purpose. Wound healing property is already approved. Already we have done some experiments on that. And even we have toothpaste also, areca nut extract has been used in toothpaste also, which can treat oral diseases. So there are some studies conducted in the hospitals also, we have study conducted. And they are really useful in wound healing and anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties also they are there. Even areca nut is used for antidepressant property also it is having. So there are a lot of opportunities for making these products from areca nut. Research is being done, it's going on, and really there is a good opportunity for this crop to get into the commercial. We have different products available in the market also. Areca tea is one of the most popular product. It's being exported to European countries also. It's a very good product of areca nut. Even I told you about soap. These soaps are available in the market also. And areca wine also is being prepared, has been prepared by some persons. And areca sweets also are made. Laddus are made with areca, using the areca nuts. Laddus are made. Only thing is the cost of raw material, again I am telling. Since cost of raw material is very high, so we cannot think of making many producers commercially, but time has come. We have to look into value addition, and people are health conscious, and even if it is costly, they will use it. Thus, if we can make some health products, means areca nut processing, really it will work. So what I can say is, it is a crop being grown in many places, many states also. Area is increasing. It's at a high time that we come out with some other products. Medicinal value is there, but we have to prove it. Come out with some good products. Work is going on, and already we have started work in this line. And we hope in coming 1 or 2 years we will come out with some of the good products also from this areca nut, health production and all those things. So even though it's not a forest product now, it's not remained as a forest product. Of course, it was a forest earlier, but now it is not remained as a forest product. It is being cultivated in large areas, and people are growing in different areas. But there are so many problems also, which I am not going to touch here. We have to look after the crop in a good way. Proper growing conditions should be available for the crop. Proper nutrition should be there, and the proper harvesting, the time of harvesting, method of processing, and storage also is important to get a better quality product and further. So this in brief, I wanted to tell you. Again, there are some other products like areca leaf sheath. We have different plates, caps, and all those things. Actually, these are being exported to European countries because of this. These are the substitute for plastics. These are the ones we can use, and they can decompose very easily as a compost. Can use it for growing crops again. So people are buying these in place of plastics. If you go to many functions also, you can see these areca plates being used. So one of the lucrative commercial ventures also is there. All these farmers are getting this good price for the areca leaf sheath. It's available plenty in the garden. Every year, each palm will produce around 7 to 8 leaves will fall. So each leaf has that leaf sheath. So if they can sell that leaf sheath, they can make some money, and the products are there which can be easily commercialized. And leaf sheath making machine also is available in the market. It's a technology developed by CFTRI, Mysore. It's available in the market, and people have commercially used it also. There are organizations or firms which are exporting this product to different countries, like European countries, where the demand for this degradable plates is very high. In India also nowadays we are seeing this product everywhere. People have understood the importance of this, and instead of plastic they are using this product. Again, there are so many other uses of this leaf sheath, like packaging, paper boards they can make. And again, there is a possibility of growing oyster mushroom from using this leaf sheath. Mushroom, you know that it is a very good product. It's a healthy product, and this can be easily grown on this areca leaf sheath waste. Technology is available for that, and people can make it a commercial venture also to make this oyster mushroom. People have made it as a commercial venture. And again, the vermicompost production also is possible from this areca nut waste. Leaf sheath and all those things, the husk also. So become a very good compost for growing vegetables. Even the areca nut also can grow on this. So each and every part of this areca nut is being used for another purpose, like composting is there, Nut is available used for chewing, and stem is used for construction purposes. Even we have technology for producing this poly bags. I mean, the nursery bags. You can tell that nursery pots, because nowadays the use of plastics is banned. The instead of plastics, we can use this areca stem as a nursery pot. It's being used in many places now. So each and every part of the areca nut is being used. I already told you that throwaway cups and plates, and there are so many other possible applications like briefcases, bags, protective cases. Many are there. Only thing is we need willingness to adopt this and come out with some products. Of course, initially, sorry, we have some problem with marketing, but once your system is set, then definitely they can make money from all the parts of areca nut. This is what I wanted to tell you in brief, because regarding areca processing, actually the work is started now only. Earlier it was not there because it was being grown and dried in farmers level. Recently only we are doing some research on processing and value addition. So it's being going on. This is what I want to tell you. If you have any questions or any queries, you can raise. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Participants, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box or simply wait.
Well,
Participants are asking for the PPT.
yes, I can send it to you. You kindly give me the email ID. I will send it to you. No problem.
Yes, sir. You can reply on that mail which we sent.
Yeah,
to
please,
you.
please, please.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'll send it to you. You can hand over to them.
Yes, sir. Yes. Participants, you have any question, you can ask in the chat box, and you can simply unmute yourself and talk with sir. Apart from the presentation, if you have any question, you can ask that also.
Anytime you can contact me also. I think the organizers will have my email ID and my phone number also.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Anytime you can contact me for whatever doubts we have, and any problem is there with you.
Yes, sir. Yes. I will share your number and email ID.
Yeah, okay, please share with them so that I can be available for any time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
If nothing is there, then shall I?
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the opportunity given, and thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming.
So I will leave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Participants, if someone didn't follow the group WhatsApp group, please follow the WhatsApp group, which the link I shared on the chat box. And now it's a lunch break. 2 o'clock we meet again. Thank you.